Now that your fixture has been removed and your shower arm is clean and ready to go, it's time to install Teflon tape. Pretty much anywhere you look on the internet, or anyone that knows home improvement will tell you the same thing, and they will all tell you to wrap the Teflon tape clockwise. If the purpose of Teflon tape is simply to provide a little lubrication and prevent corrosion in this joint, clockwise is fine, and it will work. I'm going to suggest that it might be better to wrap the Teflon tape counterclockwise, because there's a third and more important purpose for the Teflon tape, and that is that it will be sacrificed and cut into as we apply it. It's not removable and reusable, and part of that sacrifice will be when we wrap it counterclockwise and we install the fixture clockwise. Part of that sacrifice will be to make little bunches, and it will bunch up inside the threads, and those little bunches will fill in every gap and every space and help to prevent leaks. So if you don't believe this, feel free to wrap clockwise. However, if you don't want any leaks, I highly recommend that you wrap counterclockwise, and I'll demonstrate right now how that can be done. You start the Teflon tape pretty flat, you press it down into the threads and overlap it, and then you want to put several layers. And the older your plumbing is, the more wraps you're going to want, 5, 6, 7, 8, even 10 or 12. You almost can't have too much. Then simply pull it tight like that, snap it off, and then again, using that counterclockwise motion, you want to press this down into the threads so that it won't unravel, but in fact will shred up and make little micro bunches, filling all the voids when you install your product. So now that the Teflon tape has been applied, you're ready to install your new and upgraded shower product. Now we can install your new Vida Alegria handheld shower set. The first piece to install would be this piece. It's the holder. And before you install it, you want to check inside here, make sure there is a black rubber gasket with a screen in the middle. Looks like this. It should be pre-installed. If it's missing, do contact us and we'll take care of it for you right away. Assuming that's there, everything looks good, you simply thread this piece on clockwise until it's fairly tight. Seems to be pretty tight right there, but you can see that this is pointed at an angle. Probably you're going to want that pointed down. So rather than continue to tighten and possibly damage that black gasket, what we recommend is that you hold it with an adjustable wrench like this. And you just find the flat spots on there to grip. Get the wrench adjusted, and then hold that wrench so that it does not turn, and then turn this other piece independently. And if this piece is hard to turn with your hand, you can simply take the hose and the handheld and screw those together and use that as sort of a lever. Most people will be able to turn this with just their hand, and then you can release that piece and you're done with tools. You're also done with Teflon tape, because hooking up the hose should come in a package like this. Inside the package, 2 black rubber gaskets down here. So you want to make sure to put a black rubber gasket on each end of the hose. If you remove the hose from the package, you'll also want to take note that the 2 ends of the hose are different. This smooth end, this larger smooth end, goes on the handheld, and this smaller hex-shaped end goes on your holder. Don't reverse those or your handheld won't fit in the holder. So take the first rubber gasket, drop it in the end, and then thread this on here, making sure that it goes on easily, it's not cross-threaded, and then just tighten by hand. Does not have to be crazy tight, just firmly with your fingers. Now it's time to install your handheld into the other end, the larger end fitting. Remember to take that black gasket, drop it inside of the fitting. Take your Uber Mist and simply screw clockwise. Again, make sure this screws smoothly and easily until it's snug. Finger tighten. No Teflon tape is necessary. Set it right in the holder like that, and we can test for leaks. There are 3 places to look for leaks: the top of this fitting, the beginning of the hose, and here at the end of the hose we don't see even a drop of water. So there's a perfect leak-free installation. Test our settings. There's a massage, spray, and there is the Uber Mist. Everything looks good. Polish that up for a perfect leak-free installation.